Sophia is shy?
In an obnoxious sort of way. Look, Angela, I have to get you and Ma to end this. Not for you, not for me, for Phil. I realize now that I was wrong not doing it while he was still alive. Now, come on. Angela, take the first step. What is it going to take? I'm responsible for all the decisions I made in my life, and if my life didn't turn out perfectly, well, whose has?
Marianne Mobley comes to mind. I mean, she gets to sleep with Gary Collins every night. Every night.
No, what I'm trying to say is we all make the best decisions we can make.
They're the in crowd. Look, the Senior Citizen Center is divided into 3 cliques. The hip group, the not-so-hip group, and the broken hip group. Which group would you want to be in?
Oh, Ma, when I was a kid, you always told me it wasn't important to be a member of a popular clique. You always said just be yourself.
Sure.
What?
We ran a toll booth. Arnie said he just did it because it was there. Oh, he is the most outrageous, unpredictable man I've ever met.
Jeffrey's on a low-sodium diet.
Rose is helping me make out an ironclad will.
Wait, you're using Rose as a lawyer?
I know what I'm doing. Every Thursday, I watch La La.
We're only a hair transplant. But, hey, look, I don't want to ruin your evening. You go out, have fun. I'll still be here when you come back, God willing.
No, we have tickets to see Merv Griffin in the Crucible. I'll risk it. Come on, let's go. Oh, look, Stan, I made these plans a week ago. How can you expect me to disappoint Rob?
Hello? Hello? Do you have a match? I think so. Let's see.
Here you go.
Said he might be here.
Yes, is something wrong?
I'm with the Immigration and Naturalization Service. We have reason to believe that Mario is in this country illegally. Mario, afraid you'll have to come with me.
And I'm telling you, the winning mother and daughter are 98 and 77. If either one of them forgets to take a nitroglycerin even once, Dorothy and I are going to be cutting ribbons at Piggly Wiggly.
But the big news is we beat Gladys Gold.
I got it in my hair. It was hitting me like pellets. I got a piece of rice in my eye. She could have put my eye out. Well, I never had food like that in my life. Now, I spent a summer in Italy 4 years ago. I never ate this well. Of course, I never ate. Who had the time or the energy, if you get my drift?
She didn't say it. I read between the lines.
Rose, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if you won that award.
You know, I think you're right, Blanche.
Why, sure. Well, you took part in the walkathon and the bikeathon and the telethon. At the Bearathon. But who keeps track? Oh, Blanche, I think you have a better chance of winning that award than I.
All right. We will.
You?
Do you have any experience?
No.
You're hired.
Boy, making pizza really brings back a flood of childhood memories.
Okay, Mrs. Hawkins. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about your mother's history.
Picture it. Sicily, 1900. An olive-skinned woman set sail for the New World.
I was talking about her medical history.
So was I. You think that was a pleasure cruise?
So, you're an English teacher.
I can't help it. I'm so upset. Seeing my sorority sisters was just dreadful.
Oh, what happened?
It was just as if time had stood still for 30 years. Every woman there looked wonderful. They'd hardly aged at all.
I saw a movie like that once. All the women were sucked up into flying saucers.
Her mother was a slut, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we all join his son, his daughter, and his new bride, Candy, in wishing many returns of the day to our friend and patron for 40...
Isn't she awful? So, Bill, what other exciting things can you tell me about the drugstore business?
Blanche, we gotta talk. You know, the laxative thing, that's about as exciting as it gets. This place, my job, it's pretty routine.
Oh, what are you talking about? You're a hero.
Over there. Over here, I'm just an ordinary guy.
Up at Shady Pines making boats out of popsicle sticks.
I've had it. I've just had it. In the past few days, I have been turned down for every available part-time job in Dade County that didn't involve selling cocaine.
Myself, I don't need help. I'm a totally independent person.
I know.
I need $67 for the cab.
$67? Ma, this is crazy. The home is 15 minutes from here.
My cab driver is Cuban. He said there was an additional tax for a bilingual driver.
Oh, okay, you can borrow mine. But please be careful with them. They're a gift.
Ma, why don't we make that phone call from the kitchen?
Rose, it's over. I'm a free...
Oh, there's Clayton now. Now, girls, remember what I said. No remarks about his marriage breaking up. He's still a little touchy. Clayton! Baby brother!
Sister! Oh, my, look at you, all gussied up, prettier than a spring-blooming peach tree on a dewy...
Sonny, sweetheart, my little cannoli.
Sophia, honey, my Mama Celeste.
Of course, you remember me, Lyle Wagoner?
No, I don't think I do.
Sophia, you must remember Lyle. Sonny, Lyle, what are you doing here?
I met Mr. Terrific. Rose, don't be so quick to judge. I once thought I had met Mr. Terrific. Turned out there was also a Mrs. Terrific. I found myself ducking a Mr. Boz.
You don't understand. I really met Mr. Terrific at the mall. He was signing autographs.
2, you seldom bump your head. 3, the world thinks you're cute. You think Danny DeVito got to be famous with his good looks? There's nothing wrong with being small, kid, but it is wrong to cheat. If you learn in life to follow the rules and play fair, you'll be heads above the crowd.
Changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No, Blanche, I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all... Okay, Blanche, let's go. I found your shoes. They were under Sophia's mattress.
Oh, I didn't think you'd find them that fast.
What's going on, Blanche?
My foot hurts. I think I caught what Dorothy's got.
The one who had her nose done. Oops, sorry, Rose.
I don't believe you two kept that secret from me. Rose, why didn't you tell me?
Well, you're always so critical about those kinds of things.
I am not.
I'm sorry.
How much did it cost you?
$700.
Boy, you were gypped. We're going to have so much fun. I know where to find the best restaurants, best nightclubs, the best men.
Blanche.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that insensitive of me? Maybe you're not ready for men yet.
You don't know the half of it.
Jean, why don't we put your suitcase in Ma's room? Ma's gonna...
Rose, do it for the kids. It's a chance to get them reading.
All right, I'll do it. And not just for the kids. I just feel it's time I gave something back to the chicken community. After all, a chicken once saved my life.
I felt when I was a virgin.
You mean the feeling isn't going to last long?
Are you implying I lost my virginity at an early age?
I'm just saying you're lucky Jack and Jill magazine didn't have a gossip column.
Bottle of your best champagne.
Did you hear that? Last time I had champagne, Miles and I crashed a bar mitzvah. By the way, Blanche, you have a large tuchus.
That better mean bosom. Bex Huntington, where?
It looks like he knows how she feels.
You wait right here. I'll get my purse. I won't be a minute.
Don't bother. It's too late to go out.
We're staying here?
I wish I could. I just came by to give my favorite girl a kiss. And since I've already done...
Except for the one that I have prepared. Laughter from the audience. What can I say about my good friend Agnes? I'll never forget the last time I spoke to her. She said, Rose, I don't understand you. You work so much harder than the rest of us.
Well, I'll never understand what Jean doesn't see in the opposite sex, but hey, if that's what makes her happy, that's fine by me.
There's one other thing.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose.
Rose? Jean has the hots for Rose? I don't believe it. I do not buy my looks.
No, I'd say that you were one of the prettiest friends.
One of?
The Blanche. The prettiest. What would you say about me?
Dorothy, come on.
I told you. You can tell me.
All right. Well,
Think about it.
I will. I mean, this is something to think about.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, God, this is going to be awful.
I'm looking forward to this. I mean, you meet the mother, it gives you a pretty good idea what the daughter is going to look like in 30 years.
Only if you lock me in the dryer.
Said he might be here.
Yes, is something wrong?
I'm with the Immigration and Naturalization Service. We have reason to believe that Mario is in this country illegally. Mario, afraid you'll have to come with me.
Easy, because you're afraid I'm going to fall apart. Damn it, why is this happening to me? I mean, this isn't supposed to happen to people like me. You must have gone to bed with hundreds of men. All I had was one innocent operation.
hey, wait a minute. Do you really think she can make a comeback?
Oh, sure she can. Dorothy's running Trudy all over the court. Trudy tripped.
And she's not getting up. You think something's wrong?
I think she's fainted.
I hope it's not anything worse.
It is. I've seen that look before.
You don't think that...
Got my fish. Fish don't reject you, and fish don't judge you, and fish... You gotta feed fish.
Jimmy, you deserve more.
Yeah, well, I thought I found it, but you dumped me. Boy, I'll bet you've broken hundreds of hearts in your day, huh?
Hi, you still painting out there?
Yeah, but I'm having trouble. I don't know, I think it's impossible to paint autumn in St. Olaf.
How come?
Maybe it's because of the horrible St. Olaf falling. Oh, it's no big deal, Sophia. In fact, I think it solved everything.
Well, Ma, you must be glad that we're finished with a curse.
Yeah, curse. I revealed the betrayal. She didn't even cry. It was more fun tripping the rabbi.
Sorry for the interruptions, but I think every 80-year-old in the city has gone berserk.
Hey, what can you say? There were some sick people out there. By the way, will my monkey be okay on my lap, or should I get a chair?
I have a place for your monkeys. All right, but I warn you, it is very simple. Huh? What do you think?
I think you're my best friend, so let's change the subject.
I think it's beautiful. It's exactly what I would have picked.
That settles it. It goes back tomorrow.
It's a sin, it's a crime, and let's face it, Dorothy, lately you can't give it away.
Ma, I'm talking about selling some of my belongings. I called a couple of pawn shops, and I'm gonna check them out tomorrow.
Listen, I'm wonderful at bargaining. I'll go...
What are they made of?
Silly putty, Rose! I don't know, Rose. I just want to forget the whole incident. It's been a terrible night, and I am very upset.
You mean because Gil dropped out of the...
Dorothy, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Ma. Please don't let them take me!
What are you reading, Blanche?
Oh, I'm checking on the weather in the Bahamas. It's going
To the funeral parlor. Perks, he called them. That's the stock you come from.
I come from grave robbers?
Grave robber, entrepreneur, potato. He had a family to feed. I hated that cow.
It was an enchanting evening.
Enchanted evening. That was the theme of that prom that we never got to.
A little more romantic than the theme they had tonight.
Wear a condom is more than a prom theme. It's sort of become the school slogan.
It's catchy.
Oh, I wish... Get out of my house! Get out of my life!
Dorothy, what about the order? We can get into a lot of trouble here. We could even wind up in jail.
Good. I want you to go to jail. And I want a big, bald convict named Bubba to pick you for his girlfriend.
Dorothy, you don't mean...
Well, the car's all packed and I'm ready to go.
Rose, before you go, I just want to give you a little advice. Sometimes in life, you start out down one path. Suddenly, the wind changes direction, and you find yourself swimming upstream, looking for new horizons.
Ma, what the...
Thank you. And so I was thrilled at Blanche. I thought that was wonderful. And then all of a sudden somebody said, well, no, it was Jay Sandwich in his genius. He said, if Betty plays another, Man Hungry, they're going to think it's Sue Ann Revisited. So let's make her Rose. Well, I didn't know who Rose was. And
A little story. When I was a kid in Sicily, I loved lightning bugs. I'd stand out in the field and watch them light up the night sky. That was magical. That was spectacular. I tell you, I saw 1,000 points of light. It was a kinda
Jimmy, up when you're in an upright position.
Dorothy, would you care to give an example of how Blanche is selfish?
All right, fine. Let's say about a month ago, I was not feeling very well. As a matter of fact, I was sick as a dog.
Some people found it obnoxious. For me, it was a turn-on.
Miles is cooking dinner to celebrate Frost's birthday. He invited us all and we accepted.
I don't remember ever agreeing to that.
Sure you did. I distinctly remember. You said, oh boy, Miles reading poetry. Sign me up, sign me up. You sounded pretty definite.
That pizza was delicious.
The best.
There's still one piece left. Who wants it?
I do.
I do.
Oh, well, I can split it 3 ways.
What am I supposed to do, lick the box?
Ma, you don't like store-bought pizza.
Things in your ascot? Where did you get the idea I was a wealthy widow?
Oh, J. Giordano.
I just told him that so he'd take me to bingo.
You are the wealthy widow?
I can't even keep a minimum balance in my checking account.
My regards to your lovely family.
I don't know what you're so upset about.
I don't know what on earth you're... Yes.
I can't believe this.
How could you sleep with that man?
She slept with him?
What did you think she did?
Well, she looks like she was pushing his car.
Look, you're all confused and upset about this house business. There's only one thing you can do.
Well, what is that, Sophia?
Take the advice of a wise old Sicilian.
You, Sophia?
No, Charlie Callis. Many years ago, my father...
The country club. And every year he'd say we were just going to have a nice, quiet little dinner. Then we'd walk into the dining room, and the lights would go on, and our friends, all from the finest families, would yell, "Surprise!" And every year I'd pretend to be surprised. It always made George so happy.
But good Lord, how could you fake it every year?
Well, Dorothy, when we...
Take it easy, ladies. Don't get your support hose in a knot.
That does it. The party is over. Everybody out. 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 Not you. Out. It's really been lovely, and if anything is missing, I will give your names to every narc in this city.
I am talking about my job at the museum.
Of course you're competent, Blanche. I mean, they wouldn't have kept you for 5 years if you weren't.
Well, then why do you think my boss is constantly looking over my shoulder?
I would guess a plunging neckline and a push-up bra.
I swear, sometimes I think I just want...
Hi, Abby. Oh, good. You're here. I've got to talk to you.
Me too, and I really want you to listen. What?
I'm sorry. I just can't get over how flabby this is.
Anyway, you know the station manager? Well, he called me today, and there is this rumor that you're not...
Excuse me, Abby.
Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all going to die, and I still have so many things to tell you. Like what? Like, once I read your diary. You what? It was an accident. You left...
None of you.
None of us.
I have enough sketches of each one of you to make my sculpture. When I'm ready to begin, I will make my choice then.
Yeah, but when will we find out?
Only when the work is unveiled at my show. Now, I apologize, but this is how I must work. Now, ladies, I must bid you good day.
Go out with me.
Dorothy, I need someone who's classy, someone who can handle the rich and powerful, someone not too obviously sexy.
Why don't you ask Merv Griffin?
Dorothy, look, I called every woman.
What's that drink?
Waitress, a magnum of your best champagne. So, how you ladies been enjoying your vacation?
As a child, during the Depression, I had to have my wisdom teeth extracted by a shoemaker. That was more fun than this.
Ladies, let's face it, the island...
Shirley MacLaine died 5 or 6 times, and she's just sweet as pie. Oh, hi, girls. I'm glad you're still up. We're on our way to the beach for a sunrise breakfast. Why don't you get dressed and join us?
No, thank you, Rose.
Well, okay, suit yourself. I'm just going to grab a few blankets and be on my way.
Rose, come on, sit down. We have to...
It was a relationship I had in high school with a young man named Benjamin. Now, you have to understand that in those days in the South, a lot of things were still taboo. Certain people were not to mix. So, Benjamin and I had to meet in secret. Oh, we knew if any of the bigots in town found out about us that...
Lady, wait! Hey,
Three and one is 4. So. The diary. No, not at all. And I'm really shocked that you read it.
Then I guess you're not interested to hear some of the other things she had to say about you.
Not in the slightest.
Oh, fine. Suit yourself.
And the others were good, too. My friends and I all liked it.
See, Dorothy, I knew my ending wouldn't hurt the play.
Oh, no, the show is a big success. In fact, the library's been busier than ever. Now, the kids are really getting excited about reading. Where's Blanche? She should see this review.
Is on a roll, and the blue team is leading 300-0.
Oh, shut up, Nyland. You shut up.
Why don't you both shut up and answer this next question? For 100 points, complete this famous saying, better late than...
Blanche, too late.
You know, if there was some rain coming down, and a soft train whistle in the distance, this moment would have the makings of a first-rate country song.
Honest man. That's why we all believed in you. But now you started lying, and you're just like so many other politicians. Dishonest. If you even win this election, it won't mean a hill of beans, because it won't be you winning. You'll never be a great man, Gil, without being an...
Marks. When he finally cooled down, he realized that he loved me more than anything in the world, which was lucky for me because I never needed him more than I did then.
I don't think that's going to happen with my dad.
No, you never know. Fathers can surprise you sometimes.
The Fender Hooven rocket. What was a beauty. Fritz really had vision. Actually, he had double vision, which is why it had 8 tires.
So, what happened?
He never got off the ground. Bad promotion.
Thank God, get back to your own beds.
Hey, everybody. Well, what are you doing? I've been tinkering with the heater, trying to get it to work.
Oh, Rose, you're a genius.
Boy, that's a sentence you don't hear every day.
She's working great now, except for one little thing. I turned the air conditioner on instead of the heater and...
Dorothy, do you want her to go?
Well, of course not. It's breaking my heart.
Well, then I, for one, am not going to let her go without a fight.
Me neither. Sophia's like a mother to us all. It just wouldn't be the same without her.
But if she wants to live with Gloria, she has every right to do it, and we have no right to make her feel guilty about it.
Don't have the strength to push this like I used to.
Oh, that's too bad. Look, if things go well, I'll give you this chair in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I wish I had your positive attitude. The doctors told me it'd be a waste of time.
Doctors, what do they know? They spent 20 years in medical school and they still don't know enough to warm their hands before...
Hi, everybody. Oh, Rose, don't move, honey. She's got the teddy bear and a water pistol.
Rose, it won't sound any less ridiculous if you hear it again.
You found my teddy. Where was he?
You didn't tell her?
Tell me what?
I think the price...
Be sorry, we're just so happy you're feeling better.
I've never been afraid of dying. That's because I'm not going to stay dead. I'm going to get frozen. And I need your solemn promises that you'll have your heads frozen too.
Oh, excuse me, we're here to pick up our friend. Are they doing...
Oh, Laszlo, that's what I love about you. You can tell a bald-faced lie and still sound sincere. I forgot my compact. I'll be right back.
Give me that key.
Oh, you little pirates. All right, you got it. Now get out of here.
Thank you, Blanche.
Oh, beat it.
I can't believe you did that.
Don't worry, that check was written on our vacation account that we closed last week. Of course, on the other hand, she is off on a romantic cruise, so maybe he'll fall in love with her and she'll come home happy. I'm a dead woman. Oh, Angelo.
Sweet.
I will never forget the look on your face when Dorothy and I tangled onto the floor.
And I will never forget the look on your faces when you were disqualified and I won the $1,000.
And it was so sporting of you to share your...
So there's this cognitive dissonance between her actual and her ideal self, which causes her to be practically dysfunctional. But of course, I'm no psychologist. No, you're a nitwit. How come you know those words?
Blanche, come on, it's not nice calling her a nitwit, but since the cat's out of the bag...
Sunshine Cadets, we learn you have to pay for your mistakes. This one's gonna cost you a 10-speed Schwinn.
Oh, Daisy, didn't the Sunshine Cadets teach you anything about honesty and decency and respect for your elders?
I think that was scheduled for the weekend camp out at Lake Wakataki.
What do you mean? Would you seriously consider selling the house?
Well, no. I mean, I don't think so. You have to admit this is an awful lot of money. Frankly, more than I think the house is worth.
And as your agent, 3% of it is mine. What do you say, Blanche? Do we close the deal?
And I want you to know that poor, sick, helpless pig in there appreciates what you're doing, too. I'm gonna look in on Baby. You're the best friends I've ever had in my life.
I feel terrible.
I feel miserable.
Let's go shopping.
Really is the moderator and the function, if
Shut
not
up.
to...
Sorry. Continuing with English history, fifth wife of Henry VIII.
Who was Catherine Howard?
Correct.
I knew that. I knew the first one, I admit, was a bit of a fluke, but that one I knew.
Okay. Switching
Grapes. And Bruno makes a killing selling orthopedic sandals.
Now, don't tell me he went to America and changed his name to Dr. Scholl.
No. Actually, he developed a foot fetish and suffocated when he shoved his head in a lady's rubber boot.
Davis, you lied to me.
No, I didn't lie. I'm telling you now.
I'm getting out of here.
No.
Yeah, let go of me.
No, you gotta listen. Please, you have to listen to me.
Listen to what? Listen to what? How your wife doesn't understand you? How you stayed because of the children?
I did stay for the children. My wife would have moved them back.
That is unique.
Of course, that was before he met Blanche. Pretty, affectionate, fun-loving Blanche. Say, where is old Happy Pants?
She and Ma went to the Philharmonic.
I thought you were going to that.
Why bother? It's not like I... See a slugger?
Run. Thing. If you want to send us a gift, we're registered at Jordan Marsh.
What are you doing? Sending out the invitations for Sophia's wedding.
Oh, well, listen, forget about that.
Blanche, I know this is crazy, but I talked to him and I really think it is George. And I think you should talk to him too.
I'm scared.
Listen, if you need us, we'll be out on the lanai.
And miss this like hell we will.
Shady Pie.
John! Oh, I'll go get Dorothy. Won't you have a seat?
Mrs. Petrillo. It's John Moretti.
Well, to this day, I don't know why I couldn't sell them.
Did you ever hear of napkins, Stanley?
Hey, so I didn't make the cover of Fortune. I'm just trying to do something to make things better for us. All our friends were moving up and we were stuck with a one-way ticket to Palookaville.
Sick and crazy. And to know what I have and that there are a lot of other people who have the same thing.
I don't like the name. I think I ought to have a better name.
Well, that's what Dr. Chang said. Chronic fatigue syndrome makes it sound like I'm just a tired person when it is so much more than that.
I and acted out with sock puppets. Okay, you were saying? In the first panel, it says Sonia Klingenhofer in big letters, and the O has pigtails.
What's in the second panel, Rose?
Sonia's walking down this country road, and there's
So hard, I'll make myself an ice cream sundae. Rose, I suggest you leave the room. I may get a little crazy with the chopped nuts.
But one day he came home early and he found Gretchen and Buddy in, how will I say it, a most indelicate situation.
What did he do?
Well, he yelled at them to stop, but they wouldn't, so he turned the hose on them.
He turned the hose on?
After a night of pillaging and raping, a Viking wants a little something to go with his cocoa.
Well, the smell got awful.
Yeah, just when you're about ready to throw up from the stench, that's when they're done. Who wants some?
Rose, if these had been offered to the Donner Party, they still would have eaten each other.
Boom, boom, dead. Just like that, in a sleep. 98 years old, no apparent cause.
I don't like hospitals either. They're full of germs. I always hold my breath in the elevators because there are sick people in the elevators and it's such a small space. And once I had to go to the 8th floor in a hospital and...
One's likes and dislikes.
Well, these are only dislikes.
Yeah, that's my Norman. And fortunately for today, he's your Norman. Bye-bye.
Norman, I'd like you to meet my friends. This is Dorothy.
Hello, Norman.
It's the Bride of Frankenstein.
I was happy to see you here tonight, Rose. I was starting to wonder how you felt about me. Rose, is there something wrong? You hardly said a word.
I can't believe it. I'm 50. I'm an old lady who hasn't accomplished a thing in her life.
You haven't accomplished a thing? You raised 3 kids during the Depression and always managed to have food on the table. You held down 2 jobs as far as...
Until you moved to Miami, currently seeking work in the private sector. Voila! This is the resume of a potential hospital administrator.
Well, I don't know if I can pull it off, but I still can't understand why he hasn't even approached the subject of, you know, sex. I mean, not that I'm in a hurry or anything, but we have been dating a while now.
Honey, sometimes you have to stoke a man's fire a little bit. Words of...
Not everyone here is a star. Now, playing the part of Josie will be Phyllis Hamerow, and the part of the sheriff will be played by Ronald Bromberg. The rest of you will be non-speaking townspeople. Thank you very much.
I don't believe it, Phyllis Hamerow.
Don't I always?
I thought maybe you forgot.
I never forget.
But I hate nectarines.
You have to eat.
Sophia, it doesn't matter. You know that.
Crazy talk. Comes from not eating enough fresh fruit. Here.
Sophia, once they goofed up my blood with that transfusion.
The paper. It isn't about winning the award next year. Oh, now, that's the spirit. It's about getting that dead woman's name off of this one. We have to talk.
There is nothing for us to talk.
It was yesterday. That night under the dogwood trees, the air thick with perfume, and me with Billy. Or Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, it was Bobby. Or was it Ben? Oh, who knows? Anyway, don't you think we ought to wait till Sophia gets back home? Maybe she'd like to help, give her something to do.
Now, you know she's always exhausted when she gets back from the market. I mean, the first thing she does is go to take a nap before dinner.
Well, then we'll just do it right now. Come on. Okay.
You always find something wrong with mine, so yours looks better.
I didn't say anything. But let's face it, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Look at the ducky wrapping paper. And the little stick-on bow. Did you... Did I say something embarrassing?
No, Rose, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've got to tell her tonight. But it's not going to be easy. I mean, I still haven't told Blanche.
Pines Retirement Home. Except here the lights and the exit sign work.
What's our plan, Dorothy?
What is this, Mission Impossible? Do I look like Peter Graves?
You could if you'd put a rinse in your hair and wear a lighter shade of lipstick like I beg.
Here, I'll tell you what our plan is. Now, there's $10,000. Move forward in the grand tradition of the founders of this, our great country.
What office are you running for, Blanche?
Fashion show chairman of the Tinkerbells.
Morning, everybody. Rose, honey, I hope you don't mind. I borrowed your golf glove. I have a date to play this morning.
With a man?
No, Blanche, with a Venus flytrap.
And make it better. I'm going to tell my boss off.
That's not quite what I got out of it, Sophia. I thought you were trying to tell me to dump my cheating boyfriend because there's lots of pepperoni in the sea.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you.
Thank you, Sophia. How about you, Dorothy? Did I help you with your problem?
You sure did, Ma. I was the motive, all right, but Blanche wasn't the murderer. There's your murderer, Posey McGlynn.
Well, Miss McGlynn, what do you have to say now?
Dorothy Spornak, you've stuck your nose in for the last time.
Posey McGlynn, I charge you with...
The day would come when the tables would turn and I'd have to take care of him. But I guess it has.
Sophia, why don't you come with us? It might be fun to hear Blanche's father sing.
To you, Rose, but what do you...
Beef. But when I get home, I find these crummy little hard pieces, you know, from the end. Anyway, today I went in with a positive attitude. I told myself, this man is my friend, and I know he is going to give me a good cut of meat. Look.
It's a miracle! Oh, great.
Here.
What am I gonna do? What on God's green earth am I gonna do?
You can stay home tonight. We're going to watch one of those John Bradshaw specials on PBS.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can't get Dorothy's inner child to shut up.
Good luck. I'll call Mel Bushman.
Her cousin Joe is hanging the wallpaper in Tony Bennett's guest bathroom.
Oh, that's nice.
He says celebrities stop by there all the time. And one day he saw Dean Martin, Liberace, Don Rickles, and Mitzi Gaynor.
All of these people stopped by to use the bathroom on the same day?
What am I, urologist to the stars?
It's St. Valentine's Day, after all. You can pour both of them. I'm not expecting anybody.
It is St. Valentine's Day, lady, not St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I'm not going to drink them both. I'm just celebrating. My husband proposed to me in this very bar on St. Valentine's Day. After that, we sort of made it a tradition and came back every year. So, since he passed away.
But to the rest of the world, it was better known as the Yalta Conference.
You expect me to buy that? Look, the only reason I came over here was so you wouldn't cause a scene at the chow wagon when I fired you. Fired us? You heard me. And no story you came
without our star player.
Rose, listen, I am getting sick and tired of being made out to be a villain simply because I play by the rules.
Relax, it'll all be over tomorrow.
Yeah, if I make it that far, I think I caught something practicing out in the rain.
So did I. Gee, I hope none of the boys caught it. Don't worry about it. Those...
And then living in Hollandsworth Manor?
Wait a minute, how did you know that I was a Brooklyn Italian?
Oh, that's how Blanche refers to you in her letters.
Yes, she must be punished.
Dorothy, I believe this is the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Money makes the world go round.
Hey, you live 80, 90 years, just getting up too fast makes the world go round.
Hi, everyone. Where's Lily? And I have some really good news.
She's napping. What news?
Well, I spent the day going around town, and I think I found the
Both to know that I don't enjoy failing anybody, especially this kid. But he's lazy. In his book report on A Tale of Two Cities, he said he liked them both, but he really prefers Minneapolis, because that's where Prince is from.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, hi, honey. As a blind person.
I'll talk to her. Rose? Yes. Lily,
I know, you just wanted to see if I was all right.
We have a question from the audience. Yes, sir.
Are there male-female roles in the relationship?
Well, I am the little homemaker, if that's what you mean.
Now, wait a minute. Just let...
How did you ever pull that off?
I work in the public school system. It's not that different from me.
Blanche, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I apologize.
No, don't you worry about it. I think we're all on edge.
This has to be the biggest disappointment of my life.
Yes.
Yeah, sandwich afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I guess sex and food are a big part of our lives. In fact, just recently, last summer or last spring, it's so hard to remember which.
Why does it have to be so hard?
The hardest part for me was explaining to my...
I'd be able to enjoy it.
True. On the other hand, Beethoven was also deaf, so you'd be hearing the music the way he wrote it. Look at us. You haven't been out of the house in a week.
Wonderful man.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, that's really the reason I've come here.
Oh?
My friends in Atlanta read in the papers where you'd be selling off his things here in Miami. And before you did, there's something I'd like to ask you for.
The Bible?
No thanks, I don't drink.
And a bitter divorce.
And possibly given birth to reasonably attractive children. It does seem like the right thing to do. I'm comfortable with Buddy. I mean, everything seems so natural. It's easier big morning.
It sure is, sweetheart. How about some pancakes?
Again? We had pancakes yesterday.
Lillian, you weren't here yesterday.
Here you are, honey, a nice cup of tea.
Lillian, Sophia tells me that you were in the Ziegfeld Follies.
Oh, yes. Those were the days.
You must have...
My limousine's waiting.
Oh, you little devils, you. Wait a minute. Honey, are you sure you don't want to join us?
You got a marzipan bar in your ear? I told you, I've got a date with you know who.
Mom, we love you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you fell for it.
I did.
This is wonderful.
No, it is not wonderful, Dorothy. I was lying in bed eating, and if I don't get up and walk around, I'm going to become as big as a hippo. And life, if I can still call it that, has to go on in one form or the other, so here I am. I'll just spend my remaining years in the company of women. Only reason I'm sticking around is to read Danielle Steele's next book.
Discuss it with me.
Fine, let's discuss it.
There's nothing to discuss. I'm not moving in.
Dorothy, if I ever do this to you, I want you to take me out to a field and shoot me.
Could you put that in writing?
Dorothy, come closer.
Okay, I think I can...
Hi, Dorothy.
Hey, how did the election go?
Don't ask.
It was a disaster. We both lost by a landslide.
You're kidding. Who won?
Fifi Boger? Can you believe that? I think it's just because her husband's a
Friends a bore. However, I just happen to have access to a sailboat tonight. Could we interest you in an evening cruise?
Oh, I'm game. What about you girls?
Sounds like fun.
Why not?
Great, we'll get everything ready. We'll meet you back here in 45 minutes.
Perfect. That'll give me enough time to call my mother.
Your mother's still living?
This is the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to me.
How quickly you forget the 1964 Tokyo Olympics.
Big deal. 80,000 people had to wait 20 minutes. The torch eventually got there, didn't it? But you grew up in the country. David's a city boy.
Oh, what now? Blanche, come on. I'm from New York. I did chores. I made the beds, I washed the dishes, scoured the pots, cleaned the bathroom, folded the laundry, took out the garbage.
My, did you attend a military school? No, she lived with me.
How do you break off a relationship when the sex is great? When the sex is lousy, it's easy. 2 more dates and it's over. You know, just to make sure.
I remember the best sex of my whole life.
Was it difficult?
Being wide awake and scared and by yourself without a double fudge chocolate cheesecake in the freezer.
I'll get the silverware.
You're better already.
I never used to do anything like this with my old roommates.
But you had roommates before us? I never knew that.
Yes. Now, if you don't have the common decency to treat people like human beings, well, then I'm sure as hell not going to waste my time kissing your fanny. Now, if you don't like it, Mrs. Claxton, you just sit there and shut up while we have our say. And if you don't like it, just drop dead. Go on, Dorothy.
But those are art courses. They come easier to me. I've always had a great appreciation for the arts and artists.
And carpenters and mechanics and
Yes, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm calling about the Sinatra concert. It's what? Cleaning the kitchen. This is Marguerite's job.
Dorothy, I know exactly what you're going to say, but I talked to Marguerite on the phone, and this time she has a really good excuse for being late.
Oh, fine. What is it?
She had to go pluck a hair from the chin of a dwarf.
Acts of Swan. It's amazing.
What's amazing?
Like taking it easy. I might have AIDS, and it scares the hell out of me. And yet every time I open my mouth to talk about it, somebody says, there, Rose, take it easy.
I'm sorry, honey.
Why me, Blanche? I'm tired of pretending I feel okay so you won't say take it easy. And I'm tired of you saying take it easy.
A mother is someone who raises you and loves you and is always there for you. I don't need any more proof than that.
Me neither. I raised her. And I was the one who got her through that awkward period. The 50 toughest years of my life.
Oh, you spoiled our surprise.
Sorry, I'll come in again. Totally unsuspecting.
Here I come, expecting nothing.
Surprise! Oh, this is great. What a surprise. But it's not my birthday.
I know, honey. We're celebrating your winning that contest.
Oh, wow.
And that meant a lot to me. I spent a long time searching for someone exactly like Rose Nyland. I never found her. And now I know why. There's no one exactly like Rose Nyland.
Oh, buddy.
Charlie carried a lap and peed on me.
I guess old habits die hard.
Listen, why don't I go back with Dorothy and then you can stop by the house when you're finished?
You're a terrific lady, Rose Nyland.
Thank you.
So how come you're not wearing the terrific lady button I got for you?
Oh, sorry.
I went to a drive-in with Stanley. He said he was being shipped off to Korea and would probably die, and it would mean so much. That was my part of the war effort. It took 3 seconds. I wasn't sure that we had done anything, actually.
Still, we thank you so much. Okay, what do you think now? Don't hold back. I can take the criticism.
Depressing. Justin, we do a show about women who live together, and they jumped on it.
Well, Rose, that's a great idea.
We already have 2 women lined up. We just have to find 2 more.
My God, Rose, open your eyes. This is exactly the kind of exposure I've been looking for.
Please, enough of your exposure. We've already lost 3 gardeners.
Now, outside on the lanai.
Yes, here we are. We're probably going to sit in these chairs. Rose, why did we do that?
Did it seem odd to you?
Well, yes, a little. But hey, you're the birthday girl.
I owe it to her. I'm her friend.
But there's nothing to tell her. This is just some crazy hunch.
My hunches are never wrong. Mrs. Gandhi would be alive today if she had taken my call. I'm going to tell her.
You are not. I will not let you.
Stop crying.
Rose?
It's a big rock, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it is, but a full moon, Rose. makes me feel frisky. Makes me want to do something I've never done before.
Like what?
To Canada.
Oh, Maldives. I love Canadian land. I'm gonna... Oh, I'm okay.
Flying to a mountain.
That would be a good example of a mishap.
Rose, do me a favor. Fasten your seatbelt. Over your mouth.
Rose, why don't we use our time constructively and work on your eulogy? Now, what are you planning to say, honey?
I don't know. I'll probably... Okay. What about Dreyfus? The other day I thought he was lost, so I got a second dog, and then the first one came back. Sophia, are you kidding me? Come see for yourself. Wow, 2 Dreyfuses. No, 1 Dreyfus. If I ever got a chance at a second Mr. Right, I'd want somebody entirely different from Charlie.
But I thought you were crazy about him.
I am. I mean, we had a wonderful life together. But I'd like somebody really wild.
I think some of the stuff you do is illegal. I'm looking into it.
Miserable.
Let's try to get along. Mrs. Claxon, I don't know if you remember me. Dorothy Zbornak.
Sure, I know you. You're the one with nothing going on in your bedroom.
Why, you miserable!
Lighthouse.
Oh, Ma, what time does Gloria's plane get in?
Oh, she's not taking a plane.
Not taking a plane? Well, that's impossible. I mean, how else would you? Oh, no. Oh, no. You mean...
Work it in anyway. What tragedy, Rose?
I can't talk about it.
Fine.
Good. But it had to do with barbecuing elk, a big fire, and someone who lost his balance.
Got it.
Clear as a bell.
A little of that goes a very long way.
Blanche, I'm having second thoughts about spending another evening with Barbara Thorndike.
Oh, I don't think it'll hurt to give her another chance.
Look, I hate to be an alarmist, but what if the baby or the mother needs more than Muzak and throw pillows?
You're a meat eater, aren't you? Ooh, sounds like there's a mommy in the making.
Sounds like there's a mommy on fire.
I'll be right back.
Melissa, I know you're just a little girl, but this is the point where you're supposed to stop me and say, I love you, don't go.
Why?
Well, because you're from the South, honey. It's just good manners.
Of course I still love you. You're my grandma. I'm just...
Monday morning, I'm going to be the first in line.
Make that second.
What are you talking about, Blanche? You've never cared about Jeopardy.
No, but I do care for Alex Trebek. You see, I've never had a Canadian who wasn't on skates.
I'm sorry,
You know what that popcorn reminds me of? Rex's drive-in out at the lake. You remember the night my date and I parked right next to you and your date? Pretty soon it got to be a contest who could fog up whose car the fastest. I think you won.
You weren't doing too badly considering...
Yesterday it was the 12th annual. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise.
Dorothy, now cut it out. What are we going to do?
We'll figure out some arrangements. We always make do. Besides, everything will work out fine as long as I do not have to sleep with Rose.
Me? Why don't you want to sleep with me? Station. I usually listen to WXDC, All Talk Radio, but this morning a little voice told me to turn the dial, so I did, and I tuned in right in the middle of this contest. They were looking for the 12th caller. Well, 12 has always been my lucky number, so I pulled over and I got my change ready. I always keep 2 dimes.
Quite the taste. Refreshing, clear, clean. Would you buy this water?
Sure, why not?
We're rich, we're rich. It comes from the hose out back. Move over, Perrier. Petrillo water is on the way. I know what you're going to say. Another one of my get-rich-quick schemes. Oh, do. What are you doing?
Just want to be by myself for a while.
It's time to throw rice at the kids.
I don't think I can go back out there.
You're acting like a... I bet it'll be easier than you think.
Yeah, especially now that you have an alternative. If things get too tough at home, you can always come here and live with us.
Well,
Bye, Carmen.
bye, honey.
Dorothy.
I love you.
Close.
Clarence. I think maybe I'd better put it in now. There, that's better. Farewell.
Blanche, why is this a story about acceptance?
Oh, because years later, to get back at me, Kathy Lee slept with my daddy. That was something I had to accept.
Got him down to his trust. I've seen his trust. It's impressive. The first time he showed it off, I thought he had a turkey platter in his pants. Besides, today's my day at the hospital. You're not feeling good? Please, I haven't felt good since Hugh Downs left the Today Show. That's got nothing to do with it. Hey, look.
I'm calling the hospital.
No, Dorothy, stop. Look, I really feel like this is all my fault. That's why I'm getting him. He's the best, and I'm going to pay for it.
You paying for something?
What are you saying? I'm cheap?
Well, of course she's saying you're cheap. You're the only man I know who owns a time...
Flowers for Blanche Devereux?
Oh, no, that's Devereaux. It's only pronounced Devereux in limericks. Well, Blanche, here you are. You say nobody cares about you. What do you say now?
Oh, from Mel Bushman. Sven for one day and he falls for the first little floozy that turns his hair.
Blanche, did something happen between you and Sven that we don't know about?
You didn't tell them about kissing me?
Kissing him?
Or stroking my hair?
Stroking his hair?
Or feeding?
What's the matter with you?
You walked out on me, Stanley Zbornak.
Now I know why.
You walked out on me and you didn't even have the decency to tell me you were leaving. I heard it from some lawyer over the telephone. A stranger, Stanley, a total stranger, told me that my...
सवारी मारे भाया जयंती मारे भाया सवारी